Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here, and with the 16th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders selected Penn State wide receiver Jahan Dotson. Man, this team never fails to amaze me. I'm not going to lie to you, I do not love the pick at all. They traded back from 11 to 16, got some good value. They got pick 98. 120, and also got pick 16, of course, but they passed up on some pretty good players at 11 to get Jahan Dotson at 16. So Jahan Dotson better be a baller. So let's talk about the trade before we talk about the player. So at 11, they had some ballers there. They had Jameson Williams, Kyle Hamilton, and Chris Olave. I really wanted Kyle Hamilton really bad. They didn't take him. Jameson Williams would have been happy with him. Really wouldn't have loved Olave, and you guys know this. I was saying in the stream, did not want Olave at 11. I would have been okay with it, I guess, but really did not want it to be at 11. When they traded back, I was excited, but I was still nervous a little bit because, there was two teams there. The, Saints, who are a receiver needy team who like Ohio State receivers, and the Eagles, who I thought were going to take a receiver as well. But and the Ravens ended up taking Kyle Hamilton a couple spots before us. Not happy, guys. I'm not happy. And Jahan Dotson, I don't think he's a bad player at all. I think we reached a little bit, though. We definitely reached, like most people had him going in the 20s, similar to Jamin Davis last year, where Jamin Davis was not projected to be in the top 20. I mean, a couple people had him mocked to us, but most people had Jahan Dotson in the 20s to like the Chiefs or the Packers. I think everyone almost had him in the first round. I'm going to pull up a draft site right here that says him has him projected as a second rounder, but most people had him as one of the better receivers in this class, but he wasn't one of the top four. And yeah, they take him at 16 when they could have had Kyle Hamilton, a game-changing safety. They could have had Chris Olave. They could have had Jameson Williams. And yeah, I mean, we'll see. So Jahan Dotson, real quick, let's give you guys a quick overview of him. So he's 5'11", 178 pounds, 4.43 40-yard dash. So not blazing speed, but pretty fast, 36-inch vertical jump. And one more thing, the Eagles also traded for A.J. Brown and gave him a huge extension. Oh, man, and they only had to give up like pick 18. Crazy. But that's, Jahan Dotson real quick. Let's look at his stats. This past season had 91 catches for 1,182 yards and 12 touchdowns. So honestly, a lot better production than Chris Olave, and he was playing with no other good receivers around him. So I guess he did get more targets, but at the same time, like all the attention was on him. Also, he didn't have a good quarterback. Chris Olave had a good quarterback. So honestly, I don't mind this. I would have probably rather had Chris Olave, obviously at 16. But if you ask me, 11, Chris Olave at 11 versus Jahan Dotson at 16 plus picks, I don't think it's a huge difference. I know some people really liked Olave, so I know they're going to be really upset with this. And I still do not like the pick. I don't love it, definitely. You look at him, he can add some things in the receiving game as well. Does he return? I don't think so. I'll look at the stats, but maybe he's a returner as well, because if he is, that would be an added bonus for sure for the Washington Commanders, because they definitely need a punt returner. So they used him as a punt returner, actually, a decent amount. So 14 times for 104 yards. So he could be used as a punt returner. So something definitely to keep in mind. Nick Ackridge from PFF, this is what he said that they said about Jahan Dotson on the PFF draft guide. And Dotson and Doxton, man, very similar names. It's going to be hard to get out of my head. So a positive, sudden, and decisive route runner, not a lot of wasted motion, terrific vision with the ball in his hands. He turns into a punt returner in space. Again, could be a punt returner for us. Struggle to stack corners who get hands on him. Speed is good, not great. So, against these physical corners, could be, not great. We already went over the measurables. Solid vertical jump, good 40-yard dash time. So let's go over the overview. So finesse wideout with good speed and great athleticism, who is fully operational on all three levels of the field. Dotson's passing scheme was well designed and allowed for clear access to space for most of the season. His route running is smooth but features speed changes and is in air athleticism and ball skills look effortless. His confidence and competitiveness are just average against physical coverage, and he's likely to see a lot more press looks as a pro. Dotson has inside-outside starting talent, but a lack of physicality could prevent him from taking over games at the same rate we saw at Penn State. And again, like the thing is, with Kyle Hamilton, Jamison Williams, Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, all those guys, I watched like at least 4 full games of film on those guys. Jahan Dotson, I'm going off of highlights basically. So I can't give you guys a very, very good analysis. I'm basically reading off of what he's saying here. But some things I saw, that stood out. He seemed to get open a ton. Quarterback play wasn't good. A lot of passes were thrown behind him. His hands are great. I mean, he made some great one-handed catches. He, has a good catch radius as well from what I saw, at least on the few highlights I saw. And, he looks really shifty with the ball in his hands. That's what you want to do. Give him some screens. Hopefully this helps out Terry. And I guess he's going to be on the outside. I mean, I don't know if you draft a slot receiver at 16 unless he's elite. We'll see, though. So we're going to go through the strengths. Instant acceleration to stem and go in his release. Early juice creates earlier hip turn from coverage. A single route can feature 3 speed variants, so that's very good, being able to change your speed. Slick and smooth on the move. You guys can read all this. So, obviously, I'm going to talk myself into the pick. This happens every year. But no, I am not happy with this pick. I would have been really happy if we took Kyle Hamilton at 11. Even happier if he fell to 16. But the thing was, Ron, I wonder if they, their plan was move back and get Jahan Dotson, or they were planning on moving back and getting Kyle Hamilton. Because if the plan was moving back and getting Dotson, whatever. But if you were trying to move back, you wanted Hamilton 11, but you're like, maybe we can get him at 16. Well, that is an issue to me. That is an issue to me because you did not do your job of knowing who's going to pick who in between those picks, and you lost yourself a star in Kyle Hamilton. So for me, the trade back, you got some assets which are good. You get a second round pick, or you already have a second round pick tomorrow. You get a third round pick. You're going to have 2 fourth round picks, no fifth, a 6th, and 2 sevenths. But I don't know. I think they could have done more. And I don't love this pick, guys. The player's good. I think, though, they should have tried to trade back again because they could have gotten someone similar in the 20s. So similar to last year, I think they overdrafted a player like Jamin Davis. But Jahan Dotson has to be an impact player right away. We know, though, not going to have any, not going to hopefully come in with any injury issues like, someone like Jamison Williams, maybe Drake London. I'm trying to see his games played. I'm not sure. I can't see it right here. But yeah, I can't. It's hard to give this a grade. I don't know. Sources tell us right here he's got some weaknesses that are going to give him trouble in the league, but you can't really crush him for them because he can really run and he's a very smart player. So I guess those are some positives. Right here, not comfortable working between the hashes. Some stumble when upper body gets ahead of feet. Drifting routes allow coverage to undercut. So I don't want to read all these because, again, didn't watch film on him. Don't know enough about him, but not too happy. I'm going to finish this video, get back on the stream with Juan, so make sure you guys come through to that. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, subscribe if you guys are new and hit the like button, and peace.